What's up, everyone? My name is Chance Kelly, this is Video Ghoulash, and I'm spilling coffee all over myself. Yeah, I had to change, because, you know, I'm a buffoon. Anyway, you sit there, you shut your mouth while I review these autumn candles by DW Homes. You shut your mouth, because I couldn't hear you if you were talking anyway, really. Talk like this. Talk like this. What am I doing? I don't know. Let's get into it. DW Homes. So DW Homes, I'm not super familiar. When I go to Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Home Goods, TJ Maxx / Home Goods, I go sniffing, of course. Like, I'm gonna sniff up, see what I see what I smell what I smell, sniff what I sniff. And you know, I've not been impressed. I have to be honest. I'm gonna be 110 with you guys. I want to be 100. I can't really be more than 100%. Nobody can. Man, I'm on tangents today. Stick to it, man. I digress. I've not been super impressed with the Halloween offerings. I've tried the ones that look like soda pop cans, and you know, they have the ones that look like coffee, and you know, the ones with the little cute stuff on the top, the ghosty stuff or whatever. There was a couple of those that were really good. That I liked. There was one called Boo that has a really good kind of popcorn carnival scent, and I did like the soda pop can Witch's Brew one. It's just sort of a maple scent. There was a butterscotch one that was good, but out of you know, dozens that I've smelled, I'd like to try out those ones that look like zombie canisters. You know, they have the silicone. It's like dripping out of a canister, you know, like ooze. Those look dope. But I don't get off on the flash over substance thing, so I want the substance. The flash is dope if you got the substance. And I think that these candles, these autumn offerings, definitely have some substance. So I'm going to kick off with Noble, Cedar, and Pumpkin. This was the candle that when I started to smell the fall candles, I smelled that and I'm like, all right, we're making a purchase today. And listen, this is a beautiful cedar, pumpkin, and pumpkin spice scent. Look, I tried to find the notes of this online. Couldn't find them. So just gonna wing it. There's cedar in there. There's probably a pumpkin puree, because there's an authentic kind of a pumpkin note. And there are the spices that you'd use in a pumpkin, like allspice. Just think allspice, the nutmeg, the clove, all that. And it's balanced incredibly well in here. And I'm going to say this too, probably about every one of these candles, but this embroidered lid, the look, the vessel color. I mean, they know what they're doing. DW Home knows what they're doing when it comes to how something looks, you know. They got that flash. Now, this thing's gorgeous burning too. It warms up, the pumpkin brightens up, the cedar elevates too. When you warm cedar, it gets a little bit more of that spice, but I didn't find it overly spicy. The thing about this one though is that it was a little bit of a light scent. It's a light strength of a scent. The throw on it was also lacking though. You can have a light scent and have a strong throw. This is a light scent with a weak throw. This was maybe a coffin leaning into a mausoleum on that one. However, autumnal, this thing's getting 5 leaves. Absolutely an incredible autumn scent, bar none. Something a little different too about it. I mean, it sounds so simple, yet the way it's blended together really elevates it. And I'm gonna say I think it has some kind of some softening element to that. You know, pumpkin, it might have like a little pumpkin pie thing, because it's not overly sweet at all, especially with the heaviness of the cedar and the wood and the spice. But there is something kind of a touch gourmand right in the back there. Reminds me of fresh pumpkin spice, a pumpkin pie, maybe hanging out in the back, and cedar wood and autumn woods is the vibe of this candle. So I'm a big fan of the Noble Cedar and Pumpkin. as far as the fragrance goes. I really want it to be stronger though. I think the scent strength and the throw needs to be improved. If it did, this would be one of my favorite fall candles. Next up, we've got spiced, pecans, and maple. And again, embroidered, beautiful, beautiful lid. Now this scent is so carnival-esque. So autumnal, carnival, seasonal. Absolutely awesome. I tried to look the notes for this one up. Obviously there's pecans in it. Obviously there's maple in it. The only thing I could find was warm, buttery maple glazed pecans, cinnamon, and I think brown sugar is what I think that has in it. So on cold, yeah, you're getting that buttery maple thing and the pecan. But burning this, the buttery maple glaze, it rises up and gets that salty kind of savory hit to the buttery maple. And it's a really beautiful, authentic maple. And the pecan is awesome. The pecan, it's sweet and earthy, nutty and musky, you know, bitter sweet. Pecans have a bitter hit, and it's got that. This takes me to like an autumn carnival at night. I mean, I can almost hear the rides, see the lights of the Ferris wheel when I smell this. It's well balanced, and it invokes everything. That buttery thing, that invokes almost like a buttered popcorn. It almost does like a cinnamon roasted pecan feel to it as well. Certainly this has some spices in it. Like I said, I didn't find the scent notes. I'm certain this has some spices, but they're pulled back. You're really just getting this buttery maple glaze and pecan. And I don't know, man, it drops you right into that fall carnival thing for me at night. There's so much nostalgia to this fragrance. And it threw at a mausoleum. Like, it is a banger throw. It filled up this room like perfectly, just dead on perfect. This gets 5 leaves. It is as autumnal as it gets. I'm gonna give it 3 Jackos. So to me, yes, this hits Halloween a little bit because of the fall carnival thing. It gives me a very Halloween season vibe. And I have to say, Jen, my girl, she loves this candle. This is, she smelled it, put it right in the cart, and she's usually not the kind of person that smells it and just bam, it's in the cart. She adores this. So, am I going to give this a ghoul? I'm going to give this a ghoul friend. I think it's appropriate. Corny, but true. This gets a ghoul friend. And the next 3 I'm going to get into have this kind of, this like carpety, again, coaster vibe going. And look, man, the 70s nostalgia, I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this. Like I said, if you don't have substance, I don't care about your flash. These things have substance and flash. That's awesome. I mean, look, I'm going to get nerdy and tell you, like, marketing, film, the stuff that I work with, you know, career-wise, all that kind of stuff. I'm always looking at fonts, and, man, look, these things are amazing. So let's talk about Hello Pumkin. Hello Pumkin. It's like everything you expect when you want to smell a pumpkin candle for fall, but better. So the scent story says, harvest pumpkin with notes of vanilla nutmeg, crushed cinnamon, and sweet brown sugar baked into an all-butter pastry crust. Notes on it are harvest pumpkin, vanilla nutmeg, crushed cinnamon, sweet brown sugar, and all-butter pastry crust. Burning this, that pastry crust amps up a little bit more. It gets nice and toasty. It's there on the cold. And look, man, I don't know if I'm going soft or what. Frickin' gourmand stuff like this, I'm in love with. I can't say this, I'm not a gourmand guy anymore. So if I ever say that, pull it out of my mouth, toss it out by its roots into the sea, because that's a lie. I'm officially digging some gourmands. And this has such an authentic pumpkin to it. It does have the pumpkin pie thing, but it also is like a pumpkin spice. On cold, you're kind of just getting the pumpkin spice elements. When you burn it, that, like I said, the toastiness of it amps up that crust. The vanilla in there is gorgeous. The nutmegs, vanilla nutmeg. The blend on this, I think, that's the star, if that makes any sense. That and the authenticity of the notes. Nothing is artificial here. There's no kind of artificial smell. And again, it's just such a nostalgic scent. Pumpkin spice, but also pumpkin pie. Not cloying, not overly sweet. And again, man, look at that. I'm definitely using these as coasters when I'm done with this. So, throw-wise, solid mausoleum, filled the room, a little bit down the hall. Can't ask for anything better than that. 5 leaves, obviously 5 leaves. It's as autumnal as it gets. But I'm going to give this 4 Jackos because of the nostalgia of this pumpkin scent. It just reminds me of Halloween a lot. But you can keep going with this after Halloween. No problem. It's a fall scent. But I'm going to hit it with 4 Jackos because I think it gives me Halloween vibes as well, you know. Let's take a woodland walk, shall we? And this thing is such a nostalgic. There's something really actually personally nostalgic. It reminds me of some trips I used to take to Alabama in late summer and then also late fall. And I was staying with a friend. It was their grandparents' house, and I would always go, you know, and go shopping and then come back home while they stayed. And we used to stay in the basement, and this gives me the memories of fall and full bloom. Sometimes, I mean, you know, like Indian summer into fall too, when we went in late summer, but it's got this nostalgic element of autumn. It reminds me of fold-out couches and sleeping in basements and the good times that I was having in the 90s. Woodland walk and dope little acorn lid there too. The scent story is, let's see, let me lift that up for you. Cinnamon toasted chestnuts, coated in rich brown sugar, grated nutmeg, crushed clove bud, and smooth vanilla bean. This one will take your senses for a crisp fall walk in the woods. Look, reading the notes, you're going to think this is like a gourmand type of fragrance. And it's the most bizarre thing, because up front, it's like a really woodland candle. No wood notes in Woodland Walk. Yet here we are with this very woodland candle. And I think it's because the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the clove bud, all of that stuff, it smells like they're in their raw form, like that, how you would find them in nature. And they're dry. And they take the star of the show, right, the chestnut. Looks like an acorn, I guess. But the chestnut, it takes the chestnut and it pulls it down into a wooden territory. And you've got a little bit of brown sugar and molasses that gives you a nice hint of sweet. It's not cloying, it's not overly sweet at all. It's just that perfect amount. Again, a blend on this it's amazing. And I love brown sugar because it's got that molasses, which is a bitter, gooey kind of resinous thing. And this feels like a very dry candle. It's not wet or damp or whatever. It feels just like a dry candle, like walking in the autumn woods on a sunny day. But it's probably cold outside. That's like what I'm getting out of this, besides just the vibes of how I was rocking it in the 90s. The throw on Woodland Walk is, I think it's a coffin leading into a mausoleum. It's a lighter scent weight with a decent throw. So it's not overpowering at all. It filled my space pretty decently, but again, it's a lighter scent weight with sort of a medium to light throw. So yeah, coffin mausoleum there. And I'm going to give it 3 leaves. It definitely swings autumnal. Again, it brings me to very certain places. However, you know, I think you can get away with burning this thing in the late summer. I think you can burn it all into, probably right into winter. I wouldn't even be afraid to burn this during the winter. Yeah, and it's such a nostalgic, cozy my kind of cozy smell. That even though it does vibe autumnal, like maybe like that's the seed of the season. Again, I feel late summer vibes too, and winter vibes as well. Happy Harvest. So Happy Harvest says that it is scent notes of brown sugar glazed apples, warm cinnamon, golden clove, grated nutmeg, sweet caramel honey, and maple syrup. I think this is a really fantastic, juicy red maybe it's a Macintosh apple. It's that perfect sour-sweet combo. Beautiful apple scent, and I love apple stuff. Apple notes, when done right, are a cornerstone of the season. I love apple scents as long as they're authentic. And this has a gorgeous, authentic apple note. Again, I'm going to guess Macintosh. I think Red Delicious is too sweet. I think this is a Macintosh. It's got the perfect sour. Maybe Gala? Could be a Gala apple. But the star of the show here is that the golden clove. It's a little more sour, nectar-like than its counterpart. Clove is a nice, almost smoky spice, right? And golden clove has all of that, but it's a little sweeter, a little more tart. And that is elevating everything else in here. It gives this kind of a resinous, well-balanced candle that is everything you love about apple, like glazed apple. All the notes in here are blended. Again, they're blended to perfection. They're propping up the glazed apple, the star of the show. Rarely are the basics, right? Like the basics done so well. Doing a basic and elevating a basic, I would say sometimes is more impressive to me than just simply like creating something that's more unique, right? There are a million glazed apple scented harvest candles out there in the world. But this one, again with that golden clove and the blend on it, this is the one I'm going to come back to every time. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, you might smell it on cold and go, man, kind of basic, right? Burn it. Burn it. By the way, they have on some of these inside, they have the story. And getting into the throw of it, it's a powerhouse. It's a mausoleum leading into a cemetery. It's a strong fragrance. Like I said, it's a powerhouse. It filled up my space, went down the hall, and even the next day, this was lingering around. Which, some candles, that'll blow you right out of the room, but not with this. That's fine on this one. And of course, 5 leaves. Again, it's a cornerstone of fall. It's a cornerstone of autumn. And for me, the glazed apple thing, that fall apple, it's Halloween to me too. And so I'm going to give it 5 Jackos. Such an awesome look, 70s vibe too. Fantastic. Just awesome. DW Home. And I think this is like the Goodies brand are the ones with these guys going on. Awesome. Well, there you have it. DW Home Candles Fall. Really impressive. I wasn't impressed, like I said, by some of the other stuff that I've smelled when I was in Marshall's and other things. I kind of felt like, oh, this is all flash and no substance. Nah, I don't think so. I think they just have a lot of different stuff, and you're not going to like everything that company puts out, and I probably just unfortunately smelled a lot of things that I didn't think were that good from them. Things sell out too. I imagine like some of the best stuff sells out really fast. There's some of their things that I've never seen in any of my local spots. I did mention Boo. This thing is amazing. That is one of the best popcorn, like carnival popcorn scents out there. Man, that thing's awesome. I haven't burned it yet, but I'm looking forward to burning that. And then I did snag this. Like, aesthetic-wise, right, it's dope. I mean, I am a bit of a sucker, but I'm not that big of a sucker, because this actually smells pretty good. It's like a maple hit, and I love maple, so yeah, DW Home Candles. I also want to talk about the performance on these. I've heard about some performance issues with their candles. I can't say that I experienced any of that at all. Everything pulled out for me, everything through, no weak wicks. There were a few of these I burned several times now so far, so not my experience anyway, that it's had any performance problems or throw problems or anything like that. Lastly, and most importantly, I need to mention that Video Ghoulash is gonna die. I know, but don't be sad. I have a new channel. It's called Neon Crypt TV, and it's not just me. My girl Jen's gonna be there. My brother from another mother, Bub's gonna be there. We're gonna talk about movies. We're gonna talk about all kinds of really cool content that has to do with entertainment. Video Ghoulash will live on Neon Crypt TV. I'm not done doing candle reviews. I'm still going to do them. It's just that Video Ghoulash is going to be over there. Kind of like a channel on a network. And not only am I going to continue to do candle reviews over there, I have a new series that I'm so excited. It was actually the seed of the reason I started Video Ghoulash. And I decided not to do this series yet. That is going over on Neon Crypt TV. It's going to be exclusive to there. There will be a few more videos that I'll post here. So even though Video Ghoulash is in a way dying, it's also just evolving and getting stronger. Yeah, I'm kind of crap at figuring out how to post links and stuff. Go to my Instagram, go to the Video Ghoulash Instagram. I have the link there. I'm going to try and put it on the video here, and in my future videos I'll try to figure it out. But there's a lot more stuff coming up. I'm going to do a best of 2024 as well, Halloween candles and fragrances. So that's coming up. Go over there on Neon Crypt TV, subscribe. I hope to see you there. Keep it creepy. I'll smell you later.